Welcome back into the JM Warehouse. I'm Paxton Elrod here with Kelsey Wingert, and we are getting ready for Floorball.
I have never done floorball before. Like, this is absolutely insane. The floor setup, I went back, watched the first season just to learn some of the rules. This is one of the more intense warehouse games that we put on, and we put on a lot of intense stuff here.
Yeah, it definitely gets intense. It's a little toasty, but it's good vibes all around. I'm so excited for this tournament. The warehouse is reinvented, new faces, and a new franchise will be seen in this tournament. Who will see their names on a banner this season? Will it be Team Baggage, the only team that has every player returning? Jimmy is team captain, Jake is in the net, with Sam and Jeff Krauser attacking on every end. So the Wormburners aren't returning, but their goalie, Kane Van Gate, is proudly repping green and yellow this tournament with Hookline Sinkers. Drew Davis is taking the lead, even though he's literally never played hockey a day in his life. Behind him on the line are floorball vets Courtney Kobus and Hockey Collective's very own Patrick Sheba. Next up, we've got McFlurry Power. Kyle McDonald, otherwise known as K-Mac, is in the net and leading this team. Backing him up is floorball vet Nick Bowens. The one and only Steve Dangle of the Steve Dangle Podcast Network is on one side, and on the other, last but certainly not least, is Chelsea Denon. We have Love Yas, a team warehouse fans know, but a team we haven't seen in a floorball uniform. Nikki's team captain and Feely is in the net. Backing them up is Sarah Patty, otherwise known as Sam's best friend. Then lastly, rounding out this team is co-CEO of the Steve Dangle Podcast Network, Jesse Blake. Next up is fan favorite, We Got Ice. Jack is trading in blitz balls for a hard-to-breathe-in goalie mask, and his best friend Zoe can be seen utilizing his marathon training. The new additions to this team are TSN and Bar Down creator Dan Zakshevsky, and a soon-to-be fan favorite and honorary We Got Ice captain, Reagan Rust. Last of the teams is the new franchise team, introducing the Woogas. Luke O'Brien from JM Office last year is team captain. In the net is former JM Office teammate Lucas DeVersa. Backing them up are new faces to the warehouse, Lauren Russell and Corwin McCollum. Lastly, we've got a new face in the booth next to Chris Rose, Pavel Barber. Yes, the Pavel Barber. Now that we've met each team, let's throw it to Jimmy for a surprise.
As always, when the tournament ends, you guys will be voting on a ton of categories for the award show. We decided to let you know those categories in advance this time. So as you watch the games, you can think in your head, ooh, maybe that's my best. Maybe that, oh no, definitely not that. The categories this tournament are Best Jersey, Best Shady Rays Commercial, Best Goal, Best Game, Best Celebration, Best Booth Call, Rosie, Pavel, Best Storyline, Best Interview Moment, Biggest Disappointment, Best Pavel Play Goal, Third Tallest Goalie, Best Look, Most Canadian, Best Warehouse Debut. We've got a lot of newcomers this tournament. Best Goalie, and last and most important, Most Valuable Player. So keep your eyes peeled and your notepads ready.
The stage is set. Our teams are ready. The warehouse is looking pristine. So our JM office had some predictions of their own of the outcome of this tournament.
And the winner of Floorball 2 will be...
I think I have Woogas winning the whole thing. I didn't see this coming.
And Woogas over We Got Ice 3-2 in the championship game.
Woogas is my official prediction.
I think I'm going to go Woogas.
I think I'm going Love Yas to take the whole thing.
McFlurry, 6-3 over Woogas. We'll see if that comes true. I'm rooting for Jimmy and Jake because I'd like Jimmy not to die in the warehouse, but I don't know if he can do it.
I think Baggage is going to be the winning team.
Baggage is going to hold up the trophy and finally get that banner.
Team Baggage are your champions.
Hookline beats We Got Ice in the end. Final score of 5-4. Obvious.
Hookline wins another one without Old Man Dan.
Sinkers over Woogas.
Hookline defeats McFlurry.
We Got Ice wins the final.
I really feel like We Got Ice is getting that banner.
I do believe we will see a We Got Ice Baggage Championship, but as much as everyone is rooting for Baggage and the bosses are on the team, I think we see We Got Ice win the championship with a final score of 5-3.
we got ice.
Okay, guys, before we dive into game 1 of the Floorball tournament here from the John Boy Media Warehouse, we have to tell you guys about our friends at Shady Rays. You know them, you love them, we know them, we love them. And look, they are going to have you covered with premium polarized shades that will not break the bank, and they're going to last. But if you do lose or they do break, they're going to replace them for free. Who does that? Shady Rays does. So make sure you guys go to shadyrays.com and use the code Floorball. That'll get you $25 off each pair, and they're already so well priced. So make sure you guys check those out and check out the custom JM shades as well. Okay, so now it's time, you guys, for game 1 of this tournament. Paxton is down on the floor, so let's go ahead, catch up with her before we kick things off.
Yeah, guys, I'm down on the court. Game 1's about to start. We got Baggage, we got Hookline Sinkers, and it's the first game of the Floorball tournament, and we are excited. Both Team Baggage and Hookline Sinkers definitely had some interesting things to say before this game, so let's hear from them real quick. Team Baggage, we've seen you guys here before in Floorball tournament. How are you feeling going into Floorball Season 2?
Excited to get it started. We're the only team with all 4 returning. I think that helps us, but every other team got better, besides Worm Burners, who we disbanded. So,
Sam, last tournament, you offensively did really well. What have you added to your game to set yourself above the line that you set last year?
I'm focusing on confidence, and I like that I have last year to remember to know that I can do it. I've been practicing a lot. I've been trying to have a good A and B move for shootouts, because I think that was a big area of improvement, and I think I have that, hopefully, but mostly just confidence.
We're a team, and they're going to have trouble because they're first time ever playing together, and I do think we have the advantage there, but Baggage doesn't play lopsided games, and that's kind of like what we have to change.
Well, best of luck out there, guys. Stay cool, and Sam, make sure you don't play with that headset on. That'd be detrimental. Yeah. Hookline Sinkers. How are you feeling going into Season 2 of this tournament?
Been good. Ever since I found out I was playing, I started taking the stairs at Penn Station. So I'm ready to go. I'm feeling strong, and I need to represent the best team in Warehouse history.
So when did you find out you were playing?
3 days ago.
Perfect. Okay, Drew, you're coming off of a Hookline Sinkers victory with ball and play. How is that confidence affecting your overall mindset going into this?
It feels good. Have to have something to defend. Got to have something to play for, and we're playing to keep the warehouse ours. So we just gotta play some hooker ball.
Now that we've heard from the teams, it's time to hear from the one and only Jolly Olive for his Olive Pit.
Thank you guys for swinging it over. It's the first Olive Pit segment of the Floorball tournament. I'm very excited to be back on the sidelines doing stats for this one. And of course, the first game features Team Baggage, as it always does. These guys are in an endless pursuit for their first banner, and leading the charge, as always, will be Jimmy O'Brien, who had 6 goals and 3 assists last tournament, some of the best values among all players. He said he's been practicing a lot for this. He's now a father of 2, a new man, so hopefully we get some even better play from Jimmy O'Brien and his partner and friend, Jake Storielli, who's going to be in the net. He was one of the better goalies in the last tournament with a 75.5% save rate, the 3rd best among all goalies. He also faced and saved the 2nd highest amount of shots behind Dalton Feely, who we'll talk about in a later segment. But perhaps the X factor for this team has to be Sam Taskey, who was one of 2 players on Baggage last tournament to record a hat trick in their 4-3 win in the semifinal over Forgotten Rotten. She's going to be a big-time shooter in this tournament, the only tournament she plays every year.
Unbelievable. Taskey has come to play.
And they are going to need her to bring some offensive firepower if they're going to record a W in their first game. Last on the team is Jeff Krause, who was one of the best assist leaders in all of play last tournament. They're going to need him to bring some shots on goal so they can bring the offensive house down on their opponent, the Hookline Sinkers, who are participating in their first Floorball tournament. Now, from the ball and play team that just won the championship, the only returning member is my guy, Drew Davis, who has never played hockey in his life, and of course has not played in Floorball before. He says he's very excited for it, and we know Drew to fling himself all over the place, so he should be pretty damn good at this. One returning member from last tournament is Courtney Kobus, who is no longer an intern. She's part of the JM sales team. She also had a goal and led her team with 2 assists for JM Office. The key here for me are the 2 goalies that'll be playing on their team. Only one of them is going to be in net, and that's Kane Van Gate, who played for the championship-winning Wormburners in the last Floorball tournament and was far away the best goalie with an 88.1 average save rate. The other one is Pat Sheba, who was the goalie for Broad Street Bullies. He allowed 15 goals on 46 shots, but that doesn't matter anymore because he's going to be running up and down the court with his new teammates. Can Hookline shock the world and beat Baggage at their own game, or will Baggage get a much-needed first victory in their endless pursuit to hang a banner?
Now that we've heard from Jolly, it's time to see what's going on around this warehouse through the eyes of Joe's McFly.
You're in there trying to strategize. You're trying to find out what's going on. This is Baggage. They're trying to get a banner here. And Jimmy strategizing. He's trying to find out what he should do. And then you have some of them right now. Oh yeah. I see all of it. Oh shit.
I love it. Joe's always working that vibe cam. Can't wait to see it the rest of the season. All right, Pavel Barber, this is your first look at Floorball, your first look at the warehouse. How excited are you when you're talking about Team Baggage and Hookline Sinkers? You get to check out the bosses and a team that's just kind of thrown together.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of guys talking. I've seen a lot of their past clips. I know Baggage has the experience, and then, Hookline, a band of misfits thrown together. KVG's seen some action, but everyone else knew, so definitely excited to see how they match up.
As far as Baggage goes, they're the only one of the 6 teams where everybody is returning on the very same squad. You have to imagine that gives them a huge edge, right?
That's a big deal. Just for comfortability with the ball under pressure, and then just systems-wise, they know where they need to be. So that's going to be a little bit of a tough approach for the other team, but they should have that dialed.
I know it's tough for you because you haven't seen any of these people play in person for the most part. I mean, you know a handful of them. Maybe you've competed with them, against them, done some hockey content, all sorts of fun stuff. But I need a prediction. So who are you going with?
For this team, or for this game, I'm definitely going with Baggage. I'll go with Baggage. I saw some of the Baggage players, Jimbo, running with the ball, and they were doing some set plays yesterday when we were shooting some content. They look comfortable, and they look good on the ball, so I'll go with them.
Let's be honest. They practice 23 and a half hours a day, and if they don't win this game, I don't know what sort of excuses they're going to come up with. But I agree with you. I think it's Team Baggage, and I think it'll actually be an easy win for them. But you got to play the game. Paxton, Elrod, what do you think?
I'm going to have to go Team Baggage. It's really hard to bet against them, especially in this first matchup of Floorball 2, because they're the only team that's complete. So I'm going Team Baggage. I don't know. We're just going to go with it.
So it makes it a clean sweep for Team Baggage, which means one thing. Hookline Sinkers, congratulations. You guys are definitely walking away with the win if the 3 of us are taking the other side of the ledger. You excited for this thing?
Absolutely, man. Let's get this ball rolling.
We will see you later today along with Paxton Elrod. This is Pavel Barber. I am Chris Rose. Can't wait to kick off the Floorball 2023 season.